Well, shit, you're there.
Hello, mate.
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, all good.
How many does a long box fit?
I ain't got a clue, mate. I just stuff them in until I can't fit no more.
Just chuck them in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Backstory, a sort of talk show where I invite other comic-based YouTubers who to join me in a chat, and we will go ahead and find out what makes them tick and why they've come to enjoy comics. I aim to break and shed light on the stereotype of comic books and the readers themselves, and we're going to take a look into their mind. This week, I've got a very good, very good YouTuber, very good mate of mine. It is Geeky Guy Comics. How you doing?
Mate? I'm good, mate. You?
Good, mate. I'm really good. Thank you very much for joining me. I remember you were like one of the first people to ever comment on my videos.
Yeah, I think I was.
And it was a comment. You know, I really enjoyed your video, but it was also a bit of a cheeky plug as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I think it was.
And that was when you were still in your garden or something, doing things in your shed.
It literally. Well, I was outside my shed, and it was the summertime, so I had a nice fence layout, and I thought, well, I've got comic books behind me. Why don't I take the inside outside? And it was going really well, and then it started raining, and I couldn't continue it no more. So I kind of had to. I'm now in my dining room.
Okay.
To my wife's dismay, but this is kind of like my corner of the house, as it were. But yeah, it was. I found you. I think I found you on Instagram, and was watching your videos and thought, yeah, this guy. I like this guy. He's down to earth. And I actually think you was on 9 subscribers at the time.
Yeah.
And I thought this guy.
I probably knew all of them as well.
And I was like, this. Honestly, there's so much potential out there, and I was like, I'm behind you 100% of the way, and I'm so glad we're still talking to this day. So yeah. I'm kind of proud that you're on 50 subscribers now.
50, I've hit 50.
Yeah, the magic 50. So well done, mate.
Apparently, it gets easier from there, but we'll see.
It does. We'll see. Like you mature with age.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I've got a while to go yet, but we actually we've been aware of each other for a while.
Yeah.
But we didn't actually speak. Like, we've spoken on Instagram and stuff, but actually when we did the quiz with Shane this week, that was our first time interacting with each other pretty much, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And,
it was. It was a laugh, cool. Mate. It was good.
That quiz was brilliant.
Mate, I was literally last until the last round, and then I warned you all. I'm a slow starter. I told you. Yeah. I always finish last. I always come second, but I'll come from behind.
Yeah, that's the running joke of the show. You should definitely watch it. Anyone who has seen Dawn of Comics, go over to his channel. We did a quiz show, and it was really fun, really good laugh. But we are here to talk about you.
It makes a change, doesn't it?
I know. So we're trying to get to the bottom. We're trying to get the stereotype away. So I'm trying to get in touch with as many different types of people who all have this similar interest, and I want to find out, why do they have this similar interest, but why are all these people so different? But so that's why we've got the backstory, and I want to know your backstory pretty much, and so why do you enjoy comics? So we're gonna take it back. Okay, ready? Doodle 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 doodle. Okay, do you remember your first ever comic? Have you been collecting for long?
So I've been collecting for years. So my dad used to own a record and a movie rental shop in Battersea years ago. I mean, I'm hitting 35 this year, so I'm probably talking about 35 years ago. Yeah.
Right.
So as I got older, I think I was about 4 or 5, and I used to go in there, and he had a comic section, and he had all these comics and stuff. And I remember the first ever comic I got was...
You've got it.
It's his Iron Man 200. Now, if you know Straight Outta Crampton, this was on his yearbook show where you talk about the comics that came out in a year and the date you were born. Now, this has got... It's quite sentimental to me, because this was the first ever comic my dad gave me. As it was kind of like a birthday present, because it came out in November 1985, and it was my first ever comic that kind of got me into collecting comics when I was like, well, he gave me this when I was born in 1985, and he kind of gave it to me when I got older. So it was always there from when I was born. And I think I got it when I was about 10 or 11.
Wow.
But then during them ages, you kind of collect like the Beano, Dandy,
Yeah.
Bash Street Kids and stuff like that. So I was kind of collecting that. And then it was only recently I found that in a loft with the rest of the old comics that my dad had given me. And I was like, I'm definitely going to get back into collecting comics again. And it was only in 2018 that Geeky Guy Comics was born.
So you've been going for about 2 years, and you've been collecting for that amount of time as well, like really collecting.
Really collecting, yeah. But my collection's kind of taken over from my dad's collection, but then my personal collection probably started about 2016, and then Geeky Guy Comics come to fruition in 2018.
So what made you want to do the YouTube channel, do Geeky Guy Comics?
So I went to my first ever Comic-Con. It was the MCM Comic-Con in October 2018, and I went dressed up as Wolverine. Now, at the time, I had long hair.
Yeah.
My wife's a hairdresser, so she proper gave me the Logan hair.
Right. With the sides up like that.
Yeah, it was all. Yeah. I'm sure over on Instagram somewhere you'll be able to find a picture.
Perfect.
But I had the retractable claws. I think I bought the whole outfit off Wish for about £60. So it was the leather jacket, the cowboy belt, the jeans, the shirt, dog tags.
Okay. So it wasn't the yellow and blue animated.
I would have gone for that, but my legs are a bit chunky for spandex. But you know,
yeah, okay.
You know. And we went there, and I'm 5'8", so I'm the right size for Wolverine. So I was in Comic-Con, and I love a bit of attention, and I was like, get people taking pictures of me and stuff like that. And went up to a comic book stand, and everything I've always read, I've kind of just had my phone and wrote a little blog or review on it. And I was talking to a comic book guy there about a comic I was going to buy, and it was Agent Deadpool #1. And I was like, I like this. Deadpool as a secret agent. It was wicked. And I said, I've already read this. I'm going to buy it anyway. But I wrote a little blog on my phone. And he was like, there's a market for this on Instagram. And I kind of didn't really know about Instagram, like the promotional marketing side of it. I just knew it from like a family side. Yeah. And then I kind of just set up there. I put my first review of a comic on there. And then it kind of followed on. And it was 2 years to where we are now. And it's kind of like, well, blown up. It's pretty...
Wow.
Pretty incredible, to be fair.
Wow. So you started off on Instagram doing little reviews. What, like video reviews?
It was kind of like just written reviews. And then I started doing like the Instagram stories. And then it was when I was talking to a friend of mine called the Comic Jabroni in America, Comic Jabroni, John's Comics with Kids, and Rod the Rican. Started talking to him, and they was kind of like, what you're writing down, you should try and transcend that over to video. And I was like, I don't really know. I'm not really confident in front of a camera. Yeah, fair enough. I'm a South East London. I like talking and stuff.
White geezer.
But when you're talking in front of a camera, it's like, I don't know if I can do this. And I kept doing it. I put it off for about 4 or 5 months, just kept putting it off. And then I was like, no, I'm just going to do it. No one likes my content. No one's going to miss me. What am I losing? And I kind of just did it. Started with, I think it was a comic review or as an unboxing, and then it kind of just, I really got into it, really started to enjoy it, and I was like, this is actually really enjoyable. Like, I'm just talking to a screen about what I actually enjoy and what I love. If you don't like my content, you ain't got to watch it. You can just skip through it. Do you know what I mean? But I enjoy it.
Good, man. Well, that's the point. I think that kind of confidence, that the fact that you enjoy your own stuff, that's what draws people. Yeah. The fact that you're passionate about what you're doing. Yeah. That will bring out the passion in others. Yeah. And I think the kind of attitude that you bring is good. Thanks, you are the classic. Well, no, not even classic. You are from, was it the Southeast London? Southeast London. So, and it's kind of like, it's a bit of a niche, and it's interesting to watch. And the first time I watched one of your videos, I was like, this guy's cool, but it was unexpected, which is, I think it's watching your videos. It was a combination of like watching you and Shane. I think you were the first guys I'd watched, you and Dawn of Comics, and you live close to each other, don't you? You don't live too far apart, but you wouldn't put if I saw both of you, I wouldn't put you in a room together. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of...
It is really weird, and it was only last week or the week before last that it's the first time I met Shane
You
in a
bumped into him, didn't you?
space. Now, for 5 years, we've been shopping at the same comic book shop, and we've probably walked past each other, not knowing each other, and it's only because through lockdown, through linking up via YouTube and stuff, that we kind of knew each other. And we was in a place in space, and we was literally standing, and I was like, I know that voice, that's still in the comics. And it was Shane. And to this day, we still didn't get that selfie, but we will do. We'll meet up and we'll get a picture again, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really weird. It's like, honestly, Shane isn't someone that you'd probably think I've got anything in common with. But then if you look at our channels, we're both massive Harley Quinn fans, and we both enjoy comics and like the rest of us. And it's just a wicked community to be part of.
Yeah, it is brilliant. Like, I've definitely learned that over the last couple of months. It is just a fantastic group of people. Like, even like I've got a bit of contact with some people from the American side, but the people I've met over here are just great.
Yeah,
they're just lovely people. Yeah. So Iron Man was your first comic. What issue was it again?
It's Iron Man 200. There we go.
Yeah.
And it is the first appearance of the Ironmonger. So it's the first appearance of Obadiah Stane as the Ironmonger.
Yeah.
And it's also the first appearance of the MK7 suit, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And
so it's quite a big issue then.
It's just a wicked comic. Like, honestly, it's not classed as a massive key, but to me, it is a key comic. Like, I mean, it's my first ever comic, and it's
hugely sentimental, I bet.
It is, and I'm a massive Iron Man fan. Like, I've got Iron Man Funko Pops, comics, posters, T-shirts, and I kind of think it all starts from. Here we go. I've got that exact pop just there.
I bet you do. Yeah.
But and it all started from when I got given that first comic.
That's awesome. Is your dad? Was he a fan? Is he a fan of comics, or was it just a case of, oh, I'll get him that one? You know what I mean? Like, did he know what he was getting you?
No, I mean, he's got he had a load of comics. So he used to collect comics when he was a kid. Yeah. Some of the comics I've got in my loft are like from 1952, 1963 and stuff like that. Yeah. And I definitely know for a fact there's a first edition of Daredevil up there that I need to find. I mean, and it's just mental. So he used to collect comics as I do now. He was passionate about comics, and I guess it's just in the genes. He likes comics. I absolutely love comics, and he used to like drawing as well. So kind of drawing goes with it, and it was just it's just like it's a pastime and a hobby that I don't ever think will leave me, if I'm honest.
No, well, that's good, man. That's good, and that book looks in really good nick as well.
I literally keep everything bag and boarded. Like, this has been bag.
What's that? 35 years. That is 35 years old.
Yes, this is 35 years old,
and
it's in better condition than me.
It looks in great condition. And that's for a book that old, just like your dad to keep it for 10, 11 years to then give to you, but then you to keep it, say for another 20, 25 years. Yeah. That's awesome.
And the thing is, he didn't have it. Well, he had it bag and boarded, but it was literally a stiff bit of cardboard with cling film wrapped around it.
The old days,
the old geezers just locked it down, I guess. But I'm probably going to get that CGC'd just so it's like, because I've read it once and I won't read it again.
You're never going to sell it. No, you will never get rid of that book, and that's fantastic. That kind of attachment, I think that's really nice, and it's really humbling as well.
Mm-hmm. It's just a great cover. It's just a fantastic cover.
I know, it's so cool. It's getting me.
I can't say because of the glare, but that is just. It's just the fact that he's fighting, like, obviously Tony Stark and Obadiah Stane. They've been close friends. They built like Stark Industries from the bottom up, and then it's kind of like he just decided, like, this is it. And it's just, there's so much telling. There's even drawbacks to this comic from what issue is it? 133, where it's Demon in a Bottle, where Tony Stark struggles with his alcoholic addiction.
Yeah.
And in the first couple of pages of this book, he's like, I really don't know what I'm going to do. I want to be Iron Man again. And he's got Rhodey and Pepper Potts talking to him, saying, are you ever going to put on the suit again? and it's like, oh, that struggle between good and evil, and it's such an awesome comic. If you haven't read it, just give it a read, because it is.
I'm sure you can get it somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm sure you can get it online somewhere. But yeah,
I don't even think it's that expensive, really, if I'm honest.
Well, it said on there it was only $125.
$125, yeah. So what's that?
Yeah.
UK 50p. 50p.
50p. I got 50p.
The comic in 1985 was 50p.
Wow.
And they're so much better. Like, for me, the old school comics have so much more in depth. Like, the writing is so innocuous and stuff. Like, it's cut down. Like, instead of saying isn't, it's like ain't and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's adverts in there. The adverts in there are just insane.
Yeah. Well, I would ask you to show me, but you won't get it out the bag, will you? No.